Hi crafters, Amy here with Amy's Wares, and I have a holiday card featuring some new goodies to share with you. This is the Layered Holly Sprig. It is a 6x9 stencil. I have the new Seasons Tweeting stamp set. These are both part of the brand spankin' new November release at A Colorful Life Designs, and I do have a coupon AMYFAN10 if you shop to save on your complete order. Now here's a photo of the finished card to show you the direction that we're headed, but it's nice and flat, single layer, easy to ship, and it would be a great design to batch if you need to make a bunch of holiday cards or Christmas cards. So I'm coming in with the top portion of the stencil, so this would kind of be like the first layer, and I'm laying down some residual green ink that's just kind of left over on my blending brush. It has a little bit of a, I don't know, kind of a limey, vintagey green look to it, but I am going to come back in with some more depth of color in a bit. So I have my brown blending brush. I'm doing the same thing, laying down some residual ink to get the little sprig portion of it, and I'm going to remove this layer to reveal this awesome design. You can see it kind of went under the stencil a little bit. Now I'm going to line up the lower part of this portion. This is what makes up the layered part of it, and it gives the veining to the leaves as well as some berries, and it lines up beautifully on this design. So it's a fun way to add different pops of color. I have Deck the Halls, Cargo, and Cranberry Fizz. So definitely kind of traditional Christmas colors here that I'm bringing in. But I decided I wanted to add more of this deeper green. So I lined that first top part of the stencil back up, and I'm going to just put this down over the green leaves just to really add some dimension in the color. I'm getting ink all over my fingers because, you know, I'm a hot mess. And then I'm going to put more brown on the sprig just to make that a little bit deeper in color. So now I'm going to line up the sprig, or sorry, the veining portion again with the holly berries, and then come in with the red to kind of finish this design. So I'm using my magnets. This is a glass mat from Glassboard Studios. It's a small family business in the US. I absolutely love this glass mat. It's been a game changer for me. But here I'm coming in with the Cranberry Fizz and just kind of working on just the berries. I'm trying to avoid other areas, and then I'll come in and do the veining with this Cargo color just to kind of add that element onto the leaves itself. So this was super cool. I was shocked at how dramatic this was once I removed it. I don't know if it was just the gradient in color or just the simplicity of it, but it was just so cool. Now here I have my sand eraser. I'm just going to kind of clean up my mistake where I kind of got a little too heavy-handed and got under the stencil. You could probably avoid this by using pixie spray, but it wasn't really necessary. I was just being a little too rough because y'all know I come at it like a lumberjack. But I want to add some highlights, so I have some white gel pens here, and I'm just going to put little willy-nilly highlights all over the holly berries and on the holly leaves themselves, just to kind of give it a little glint of a highlight and add some more interest into the design. So this is a really simple, time-efficient way to kind of zhuzh up your design. You don't have to overthink it in terms of light source or be too complicated. Just kind of put it through in various little spots on your design, and it really does add a lot to it. So here I'm just figuring out exactly where I want to lay it down, and then I'm going to come in with my MISTI and stamp one of the sentiments here. This is my first time using it, so I'm just going to cut open the packaging, and I'm going to use this little Be Merry stamp because it fits kind of perfectly in this white space on the lower right part of the composition on the card. So I'm using my magnet to hold that down in my mini MISTI, and I'm just going to line this little stamp up in the lower right corner, kind of nestling it in to the design, but then moving it back and forth, trying to figure out what I want to do. Man, these things are sticky when you first take them off the packaging. It was really wanting to stick to my fingers. So here I deliberated for a bit. I wasn't sure where it should go, but you saw in the design I ended up kind of going here. Now I'm going to condition the stamp with my hand because I haven't used it before. So if you aren't familiar with clear photopolymer stamps, sometimes they can kind of have a little bit of a coating on it from the manufacturer. So you can use an eraser, like a regular eraser, or your hand, just to kind of rub over it a couple times, or you could just kind of stamp it a couple times, maybe with some Versamark clear embossing ink, or even just stamp it off a couple times just to kind of condition it. So here I have some resin droplets. They're clear, various different sizes, using some liquid glue and my jewel picker tool to put those down in odd numbers across the composition. But other than that, it's a really super simple design. Nice and flat, easy to ship, easy to batch, and there you go. There's a nice Christmas card design for you. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing. Be sure to check out the rest of the release. There are loads of awesome products. And don't forget my coupon, AMYFAN10, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks. Bye.